Good morning, students. Today we have next lecture on coordinate system in the electromagnetic field theory, and today we will discuss the coordinate system. In this coordinate system, we will discuss the third type of the coordinate system in the electromagnetic field theory. So it is our third type of electromagnetic coordinate system, that is the spherical coordinate system. Previous In the previous lecture, we have already discussed the rectangular coordinate system, Cartesian coordinate system, and cylindrical coordinate system. The main content of this lecture is about the coordinate system, then spherical coordinate system, and cylindrical coordinate system. Prerequisite for this video lecture is to understand the vector calculus, complex variables, and the course is focused on the foundation of the electromagnetic field theory. Learning objective of this lecture is to, after completion of this lecture, student will gain to understanding the coordinate system, that is the next spherical coordinate system, calculate the distance between the any 2 points in the spherical coordinate system or in the cone. They are able to locate the point in the spherical coordinate system, determine the midpoint between the any two points. Student will also able to understand the concept of transformation from spherical coordinate system to the cylindrical coordinate system, spherical coordinate system to the Cartesian coordinate system, or Cartesian coordinate system to the spherical coordinate system, and cylindrical coordinate to the spherical coordinate system. So these type of the transformation formulas is a very much application in the designing of the coordinate system or designing of the cone, or if the point is given in the one coordinate system, then you are able to convert this point into the another type of the coordinate system. These are the textbooks, Principle of the Electromagnetics, fourth edition by Sadi Q. Other recommended books is the Electromagnetic Fields and the Waves, second edition, David T. Chang, The Fundamental of the Applied Electromagnetics, sixth edition by Fawaj P. Ulbe, Engineering Electromagnetics, second edition by Pierre E. Langevin et al. The outcomes of this video lecture is student will able to understand the spherical coordinate system. They are easily understand the transformation of one coordinate system to the another coordinate system. Up to this, we have already studied the rectangular coordinate system and cylindrical coordinate system. So student will able to understand the transformation or relationship between the all three transformations. After studying of this spherical coordinate system, they will clear the concept of coordinate system of rectangular coordinate system, cylindrical coordinate system, and spherical coordinate system. We also know that the cylindrical coordinate system is known as a circular coordinate system, and the second name of spherical coordinate system is that it is as a work as a cone. So it is also known as the cone or spherical coordinate system or conic coordinate system. We recall that the cylindrical coordinate system again because the it is again continuation with the of spherical coordinate system. So before going to understand the spherical coordinate system, we just recall within the 5 minutes about the cylindrical coordinate system. In the two dimension, specify a point with two scalar values, generally called the r or rho and y. Extend this to the 3 dimensions by adding a third scalar value, that is z. This method for identifying the position of point is referred to as cylindrical coordinate system. The cylindrical coordinate system is also defined by 3 mutual orthogonal surfaces. They are a cylindrical or 2 planes. One of the planes is the same as the z constant plane in the Cartesian coordinate system. The second plane is orthogonal to the z constant plane and hence contains the z axis. It is the z axis and the plane in the z plane. That is, the equation of this plane is z equal to the 0. It makes an angle with the xz direction. This plane is defined by the phi constant. The third one is a cylinder whose axis is the z axis and has a radius rho or r is constant from the z axis. So a point in the cylindrical coordinate is defined by the r, phi, z. The limits for the coordinates are, the r is vary from 0 to 1 or infinite, and pi is vary from 0 to 2 pi, and minus infinite to infinite, that is z is vary from minus infinite to infinite. So this is the lower and upper limit of the points in the cylindrical coordinate system. The physical significance of each parameter of cylindrical coordinate system is defined as that the r is the distance from the z axis in the cylinder, and it's vary from 0 to infinite, or sometimes if we are using a unity radius, then the r is vary from 0 to 1 or 1. The value of the phi indicates the rotation angle around the z axis. So the value of the phi is vary from 0 to 2 pi, precisely the same as the angle phi used in the spherical coordinate system. Next value is the z, indicates the distance of the point from xy plane. That is, the equation for xy plane is z equal to the 0 minus infinite to infinite, and precisely the same as the coordinate z used in the Cartesian coordinate system. So the value of the z is vary from minus infinite to infinite. Once all three values are specified, the position of a point is uniquely identified. If we are define the values of r, phi, z, then the point in the cylinder is easily identified, and the value of this point is defined by r, phi, z. Now we have the spherical coordinate system. Geographers specify a location on the Earth's surface using three scalar values: longitude, latitude, and altitude. Longitude and latitude are the angular measures, while altitude is a measure of distance. Latitude, longitude, and the altitude are similar to the spherical coordinates. Spherical coordinates consist of one scalar value r with units of distance, while the other two scalars value theta, phi have the angular units in the degrees or radians. So in the spherical coordinate system, we have three scalar values. One is the longitude, latitude, and third is the altitude. So longitude and the latitude are the angle, and it is measured in the uh, angular distance or angular measurement. Altitude measure the distance in linearly. So altitude is defined by the r value of scalar quantity, that is the r. R is represent the uh, angular altitude distance or altitude measurement of the distance, and two other scalar quantity is defined by theta and phi, that is the angular unit or in the degrees and the radians. It defined by the two surfaces and the one plane. Two surfaces and one plane. The surfaces are a sphere and a cone. The plane is r constant plane. The sphere is centered at the origin and has a radius r constant. The cone has its vertex at the origin and its surface is symmetrical about the z-axis, so that the angle which the conical surface makes with the z-axis is constant. The point in the spherical coordinate system is represented by the P equal to the R, and the limits for the coordinates are R is vary from 0 to 1. The lower limit of R is 0 and the upper limit of R is 1. So it vary from 0 to 1. Next is the angle theta. It is vary from 0 to pi. 0 is the lower limit and pi is our upper limit of theta. Next angular value, that is the phi, which is having the lower value 0 and upper limit 2 pi. So 0 to 2 pi is the limit for pi, 0 to pi is the limit for theta, and 0 to 1 is the limit for r, because r is a linear distance. The spherical coordinates r lies from 0 to 1 or 0 to infinite expresses the distance of the point from the origin that is the similar to altitude. It measures the distance from the axis or origin from the z-axis. The angle 0 is lie from 0 to pi. Theta is lie from 0 to pi. Represents the angle formed with the z-axis. So the angle formed by z-axis, that is the similar to the latitude. The angle phi is lie from the 0 to 2 pi, represents the rotation angle around the z-axis. It represents the rotation angle of around the z-axis. Precisely the same as the cylindrical coordinate. Phi is the similar to the longitude. It represents the rotation angle. Thus, using the spherical coordinates, a point space can be unambiguously defined by one distance and two angles. The surface which are used to define the spherical coordinate system on a three Cartesian axis are sphere of the radius r, origin as the center of the sphere, a right circular cone with its apex at the origin and its axis z-axis, and its half angle is theta. It rotates about the z-axis, and theta varies from 0 to 180 degrees. A half plane perpendicular to the xy plane containing the z-axis, making an angle phi with the xz plane. Thus, three coordinates of a point P in the spherical coordinate system are r, theta, phi. So, this is the all about the spherical coordinate system, and spherical coordinate system is represented by a sphere. In this sphere, we have 3 points. One is the r, second is theta, one is phi. So r, theta, phi is a point in the sphere, and r is the radius of the sphere, and theta is the right circular cone with its apex at the origin, and its axis as a z-axis, and the theta angle theta varies from 0 to 180 degrees, and the phi an angle with the xz plane as is same as in the cylindrical coordinate system. Phi is the angle in the xz plane with respect to the axis z. So these three pictures shows that the three values r, theta, and phi, three points in the sphere. So we are able to understand from the figure first, sphere of the radius r with the center as origin. In the xyz plane, we have origin in the center of the sphere, and we have a radius r from the origin to the surface of the sphere. So this altimeter distance is measured by the r. Now we have a right circular cone with the apex at the origin. In the figure B, it shows that the right circular cone with the apex at the origin. So this cone shows the angle theta with the z-axis to the cone boundaries, and so this right circular cone with apex at the origin shows that the value theta theta in the sphere. Figure C shows that the xy plane, the half plane perpendicular to the xy plane, it is the angle phi. The differential length is the given by the BL SPS, that is the spherical differential length is represented by the BL equal to the dr in the direction of the unit vector AR plus r d theta in the direction of the unit vector theta plus r sine theta d phi in the direction of the a phi, the direction of the unit vector phi. So this equation is represent the differential length of the sphere or spherical coordinate system, where dr is the differential length in the r direction, r d theta shows the differential length in the theta direction, r sine theta d phi is the differential length in the phi direction. So these three component is consist and make the differential length of spherical coordinate system. So the differential length in the modulus form is given by that the next equation under root dr whole square plus r d theta whole square plus r sine theta d phi whole square. And this is the equation or the form of the unit length in the form of modulus. So through this we are able to find the magnitude of the differential length in the spherical coordinate system. In the next section, we have the differential volume element is given by the our spherical coordinate system. So dV is the representation of the volume. In the similar as a previous section, we have discussed the volume dV in the Cartesian coordinate system as well as the cylindrical coordinate system. So here we are using again same symbol dV or same representation for volume. dV is equal to the r square sine theta dr d theta d phi. Now we have a differential vector surface area normal to the r direction, that is the dsr. Surface area is represented by the s and it is represented r square sine theta d theta y d phi. ds theta, that is the differential vector surface area normal to the theta direction. This is equal to the r sine theta dr d phi, and ds phi equal to the differential vector surface area normal to the phi direction, and it is represented by that r dr d phi, r dr d theta. So these are the three different formulas in the direction of the r, theta, and phi for a differential vector surface area. Through this formula, we are able to find the surface area in the direction of r, theta, phi in the spherical coordinate system. This is the representation of the volume in the sphere. We have cut a piece or rectangular three-dimensional piece in the sphere. So we are able to find the volume at the P, that is the dr r d theta r sine phi d phi. So this is the representation of the our volume. This is representation of the our differential area in the unit normal vector, that is the r, theta, and phi. So we are able to find the XYZ direction. In the XYZ direction, differential area, that is DSR, in the direction of normal vector AR, it is the multiplication of the r d theta into r sine theta d phi. Second, in the case of the normal vector theta, we have the value of ds theta is equal to the dr into r sine theta d phi. In the case of the phi direction, normal vector phi direction, we are able to find the uh, this differential area, that is the r d theta dr. This is the cone in the spherical sphere. We have cut a cone in the sphere and the intersection of the two surfaces in the horizontal circle. So this is the differential length, area, and volume representation, spherical volume and area element representation. Individual element is represented by the figure given in this. We are able to find the volume, differential length, and the differential area in the case of the spherical coordinate system. In the next section, we have the coordinate transformation. How the coordinate is transformed from one form to the another form. So we have some relationship between the each coordinate system. So rectangular coordinate system to the cylindrical coordinate system transformation formulas we have already discussed in the previous lecture. And today we will going to discuss some other relationship of the coordinate transformation. The location of a point or the description of the some scalar quantity field in terms of the Cartesian coordinates. Example T x y z. T is the any point in the Cartesian coordinate system. So this point is converted into the cylindrical as well as the spherical coordinate system. So we decide to express this point or this scalar field in terms of the cylindrical and spherical coordinate system. So we have different formulas or transformation technique or different relationship between the Cartesian to the cylindrical or Cartesian to the spherical coordinate system. This is the transformation of the coordinate from the Cartesian to the cylindrical coordinate system. If a vector is expressed in the Cartesian coordinate system as a equal to the ax in the unit direction ax plus ay in the unit vector direction ay plus az in the unit vector direction, that is the az. So this vector is represented in the spherical coordinate system as well as in the cylindrical coordinate system. So first we are going to express the Cartesian to the cylindrical coordinate system. So x is converted into the r cos phi, and y is converted through the r sin phi, and z is the same as in the Cartesian as well as cylindrical coordinates. There is no changes in the z-axis. And in the case of the cylindrical coordinate system, r is represented in terms of the Cartesian coordinate system by r equal to the under root square root of x square plus y square. In the cylindrical coordinate system, phi is represented in terms of the our Cartesian coordinate system, that is the r tan xy. The r tan y by x is the phi, or it is also called the phi is equal to the tan inverse y by x. And z is the z equal to the z same, because we have no changes in the z coordinate or z point. Then the equivalent vector in the cylindrical coordinate is given by the a equal to the ax cos phi plus ay sin phi. Ay is equal to the minus ax sin phi plus ay cos phi, and az is equal to the az. This is the vector in the cylindrical coordinate system. Now partition to the spherical coordinate representation, or Cartesian to the spherical coordinate system. In the Cartesian system, AR is defined as a vector, that is the AX sine theta cos phi plus AY sine theta sine phi plus AZ cos theta. A theta is defined as the AX cos theta cos phi plus AY cos theta sine phi minus AZ sine theta. This is the r and theta, and a phi is represented by minus ax sine phi plus ay cos phi. So these are the r, theta, and phi in terms of spherical coordinate system vectors. So r is equal to the square root of x square plus y square plus z square. Theta is the r cos z upon square root of the x square y square plus z square, and phi is the arc tan y by x. So x is equal to the r sine theta cos phi, y is equal to the r sine theta sine phi, and z is equal to the r cos theta. So this is the Cartesian to the spherical coordinate relationship, through which we are able to find the r theta and phi, and the vector in the r theta phi is given by about three equations, and next three equations shows that the r theta phi point, scalar point in the spherical coordinate system, and X, Y, Z is the point in the Cartesian coordinate system with respect to the spherical coordinate system. So this is the relationship or transformation from Cartesian to spherical and spherical to Cartesian coordinate system. Now we have a cylindrical to the Cartesian coordinate system. In the cylindrical to Cartesian coordinate system, x is equal to the r cos phi, y is equal to the r sin phi, and z is equal to the z as a same. And ax is represented by the arx minus a phi y upon square root of x square plus y square. Ay is represented by ar y minus a phi y x square root of x square plus y square. And az is equal to the az as a same. Now further we have some solved problem related to the vectors and the cross product and dot product related problems. So one by one we will solve these problems, and after that we have some multiple choice questions related to the spherical coordinate system. Solve problem number 1. The cross product of the vector 3i plus 4j minus 5k and minus I plus j minus 2k is explanation. The cross product of the two vector is a into b. So a2 into b3 minus b2 into a3. It is the I minus a1 into b3 minus b1 into a3 is j plus a1 b2 and b1 b2, which is the k. Using this formula, the answer can be calculated. So it is the multiplication of cross product, and you are able to find the product of A cross B. Vector A is defined by 3i plus 4j minus 5k, and vector B is given by that minus I plus j minus 2k. Second solved problem. Find the whether the vector are the parallel, that is the minus 2 1 minus 1 and 0 3 1. Explanation about this problem is given here, that is the two vectors uh, are parallel when their cross product is 0. So we have to find the cross product of these two components. Since their cross product is 4i plus 2j minus 6k non-zero, the vector are not parallel. So if we are going to find the parallel vectors, so we have to produce the cross product of given vectors, then we will easily find the cross product or parallelism of the vector. If the vector are the parallel, then the cross product are 0. Now we have some multiple choice questions regarding the coordinate system, spherical coordinate system, and others. Convert the point 3, 4, 5 from Cartesian to spherical coordinate system. The point is given in the Cartesian, and you have to convert this into the spherical coordinate system by our conversion transformation formulas. Example of the spherical system in the following is the charge in the space, charge in box, charge in the dielectric, and uncharged system. So it is the example of spherical coordinate system. Spherical systems are employed in the waveguides state true and false.
Okay.
Spherical systems are employed in the waveguides. True and false. We have already discussed in the previous sections or in the last lecture that the cylindrical coordinate system is generally used in the waveguide. That is the cylindrical waveguide. In this question, we are going to ask the spherical system are employed in the waveguide. Question number 4 says that choose which of the following condition is not required for waveguide to exist. Question number 5, find the spherical coordinate of vector or point A is equal to the 2, 3, minus 1. So the point A is to convert in the spherical coordinate system by transformation formulas of the rectangular or Cartesian coordinate to the spherical coordinate system. Find the Cartesian coordinates of the point B, that is the 425 degrees, 130 degrees. The point B is given in the spherical coordinate system. So we have to convert the spherical coordinate to the Cartesian by our transformation. Question number 7, the area of the sphere can be computed from the sphere volume. Is it's true or false? Question number 8, that is given the vector V in the spherical coordinates, find the Cartesian point at -3, 4, and 0. Question number 9, the scalar factor of the spherical coordinates is 4 option that we have given. Question number 10, transform the vector 4, -2, -4 at 1, 2, 3 into the spherical coordinates. So this is the transformation based question. The vector at 1, 2, 3 is given that 4, -2, -4, and you have to convert this vector into the spherical coordinate system. So the conclusion of the today's lecture is that today we have discussed the most important coordinate system, that is the spherical coordinate system. We have discussed the parameters of a sphere. In the sphere, we have 3 scalar quantities, that is the r, theta, and phi. Phi is the same as in the previous, we have studied the cylindrical coordinate system. So phi is same as previous one, and r is also is the radius of distance from the origin to this sphere surface. So a sphere has 3 points R, theta, and phi. So it is the altitude, longitude, and latitude. So in this lecture, we have also discussed the transformation from Cartesian to rectangular to spherical, and Cartesian to cylindrical, cylindrical to rectangular, and spherical to rectangular transformation or conversion. Based on this, we have some solved numerical or solved problem in this lecture to understand the concept of the vector cross product and parallel vectors. Thank you. Thank you for this lecture. So after completion of this lecture, student will able to understand the spherical coordinate system, as well as they are able to convert the transformation from the spherical coordinate to Cartesian, or Cartesian to the spherical coordinate system. They are also able to understand the relationship between the cylindrical coordinate to this rectangular coordinate and rectangular to cylindrical coordinate.